This right here is an awesome little weave work. You know what's weird? I'm gonna use this to describe because basically this is what the whole chessboard uh symbolism is based on. Okay, see, which they don't realize about what you may not realize about the chessboard. For instance, look, like for instance here, that's black. But look, if you look back, this one right here is white, but over here on the other side is black. Okay, but in between, there's these gaps. No one wants you to look at the mortar in between the bricks, the gaps. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to acknowledge that these exist. Okay, so this would be what is it? Antithesis. Antithesis. Then synthesis, the truth, the in between. And you look at this thing, right? It kind of almost looks off. It almost puts off like an almost checkerboard type of appearance. Okay, but in all actuality, here where they started, they weaved together two things. Though this one singular thing, or these two things, were put together, and to the point they're almost blended to the point where they're one thing. But at the same time, this one thing still does leave these gaps in between. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they don't want you to know about the chessboard, is the gaps. You know what I'm saying? I want you to don't focus on that. This is literally what it is based on. It's synthesis or synthesis, or what is it? Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. We're looking at synthesis, but here, the left side is antithesis, the right side, antithesis, them tied together, synthesis. And then synthesis makes a totally new object. Though, you know what I'm saying? It was based on this thing going one direction, then the other. But in the long run, they're weaved together. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the chessboard. The chessboard is weaved. You know what I'm saying? And that means it's based on something else that they, just like this thing. This thing never existed. This thing is composed of other things that they molded and conformed to their liking. That is also destroyed. The chessboard is that. It was molded to their liking in that way, and it suits them. That these two things, though they seem separate, they're truly connected. And even if they realize they're connected, they won't never recognize these gaps in between. And like in the church, see this? Listen, how awesome is this weaving? But you see this, all them holes? This is why we have to stand in the gap. Because even though as beautiful as this is, there's still holes in it that need to be kind of, kept aware of. You know what I'm saying? Or taken into consideration. You know what I'm saying? The only thing this reason it keeps its certain shape is because it's present in one spot and void in another. You know what I mean? So, and you can see these things are both the same thing, but on the left side it's dark, but on the right side it's bright. You know what I'm saying? But the true brightness is really in between the cracks. I hope this is a decent analogy, breakdown, trying to relate physical